take a walk with me. I need to tell you a story. This story takes place when I was about 22 years old. I was in college. And I worked at the student center. And there was a coworker. Her name was Alyssa. She was a couple years younger than me. She was the kind of girl who, it was a given that she was a very pretty girl and that you probably didn't have a chance going on a date with her. And even if you did, if you went on a first date with her, there were plenty of other guys too that also wanted to, and no one could just catch this girl. But she was friendly and she was positive and everybody liked her, beautiful on the outside and a wonderful personality. She was exotic looking too, so that helped too, right? Alyssa. And I worked with her, and I wasn't trying to date or anything like that. Why? Because ultimately, my confidence level at the time wasn't where it would need to be anyway. But that's a whole different story. Keep in mind, I haven't always been the confident person I am now. I had to get here. I had to earn it. But I'm 36. I've got years of experience that I had to be humbled and learn the hard way and all that good stuff. But let's go back to talking about Alyssa. Because I was there working with her. There were a couple other guys about my age. And somehow one of them brought up the fact that their hairline was starting to go up. And they're like, man, I wonder when I'm going to be bald. My dad is bald. I'm going to have those conversations. And she turned and said to them, she said, there's no shame in going bald. My dad's bald. There's no shame in going bald. She smiled. And I knew that she meant it. And I thought, if a girl that popular and that girl that likable and a girl with that much beauty would say it that quickly, I believe her. And I believe that these girls who are used to all these guys asking them out all the time, that they see above all the superficial stuff and they don't care about hair loss. And that was back when the girl was only 19 or 20, you know? So it's funny because for me, that gave me, it opened my eyes. You know, some of you say, Nick, you've opened my eyes to how hair loss is only a big deal because I'm making it a big deal. And it's only holding me back because I'm allowing it to. Some of you are saying that to me. See, I feel that's what Alyssa did for me that day. It's stuck with me. That was years ago, but it's stuck with me. She said, there's no shame in going bald. And I believed her. That helped me through that. Turns out I'd still have this much hair left all these years later. But if anything was going to help me, it was hearing that come from her. In a casual conversation, which she kind of actually interjected into hearing these two guys say this. And I could tell she was too sincere of a person just to be saying that to them. And I thought, well, if that's how she feels, this very popular, likable, attractive girl feels this way, then I bet that's a good reflection on how many, maybe not all, but how many girls feel too. And I gotta say, it changed my life. It really did change my life. And I hope that story can change yours. She said, there's no shame in going bald. My dad's bald. See, that's something we never forget. These women have fathers too. There's a good chance that most of their fathers have gone bald. They've grown up seeing that. They've associated that with masculinity. And it didn't deter them from still thinking that a man can be attractive even if he's losing his hair. But yet, identity, protective cognition will still get in the way of what I'm saying today for many of you. Because you're already convinced that women cannot be attracted to a balding guy. So for you, I've just reinforced your beliefs. For those of you who are open-minded to believing that it's not all about your preconceived idea, that instead a beautiful, likable, popular girl can say, there's no shame in going bald. And I believed her. Some of you don't believe Alyssa. I believed Alyssa all those years ago. And turns out, Alyssa was right.